intuitive energy healer, spiritual growth catalyst, and ascending earth creatrix. Hello, hello, hello. I have been feeling the nudge to talk about this for a little while now. In my mastermind group, Heal, Awaken, and Ascend, this month in February, we are working on manifesting money. And we've talked about manifesting abundance before, but specifically this month, we are talking about manifesting money. Because I feel the energy of money is one of those things that keeps us really stuck in 3D consciousness, because it has such a dense energetic projection of all of our fears. And fear is one of the major tethering factors that keeps us in 3D consciousness and keeps us on exactly where we are, keeps us stuck, and doesn't really allow us to move into the vibration or have the overall energetic that would allow us to match the vibration of moving into 5D consciousness. So I feel like when we are in a better place thinking about money, feeling about money, having beliefs about money, embodying things about money, we ensure our seamless path on our trajectory into fifth dimensional awareness, and we lose some of the rigid confines that keep us stuck here in 3D. So when you think about money, let's just say that, when you think about manifesting a particular type of abundance, and let's just say money, if you can accept all of your resistance that you have around it, you can still manifest brilliantly. You can still move forward and manifest brilliantly. And there's a way of reframing this that I want to share with you. Those of you who've worked with me before, you're in my mastermind, or you take my group workshops, or even one-on-one coaching, you know that I like analogies, and I use them often. And it really helps us to shift our mindset and our whole belief system around things sometimes. When we have that kind of paradigm shift of just reframing something and having an analogy that makes perfect sense with us in our everyday reality. So I'm going to share something about that with you today that'll help you kind of reframe manifesting in general. But when we accept our resistance, we can still manifest brilliantly, and I want to talk more about that. So first of all, anytime we call forth a new level of abundance in our lives, we also call forth all the resistance that is countering it. So anything that is throwing a block or having any kind of resistance, any kind of counter intention that we may be running energetically, will show up any time we are trying to manifest a new level of abundance. This is true every time, no exceptions. Accepting that right there and just including that truth as part of your manifesting process can actually take away a lot of heartache right there. But though this may seem at first blush like a raw deal, it's actually what I like to call a gift in the garbage. It's the energy of Source when this happens. In its supportive role as co-creator of your reality, it is Source showing up and showing its unconditional love for you by showing the resistance. It's like Source energy is saying to you, we see what you want, we see how much you desire it, we see how much you will increase your overall vibration with this new abundance, and how that desire will continue to expand more and more and increase your overall vibration, continue to increase that on a continuum to infinity. Meaning, as you keep expanding in this way and up-leveling in new thresholds of abundance, that doesn't stop. You create it on a continuum, because we have infinite potential as infinite beings, and we are forever expanding. And the universe is saying we also see everything that is keeping you from having it. We see where you are not energetically matched to the frequency of this new manifestation that you're trying to call forth, and therefore unable to call it in. We see all of your resistance to having exactly what you want. So here it is. And so the universe, in its infinite love for you and as a gift for you, will put all of this stuff, all the resistance that is running counter to what you're trying to create, it will put it all front and center, and it'll put it right in your lap, pretty much. So what follows is a seemingly endless series of messages, of nudges, signs, symbols from Source energy and the Pure Consciousness Collective, about where this resistance lies, especially now, as you are moving, as we are all moving through portals of energy that are aligned with instant manifestation. You are noticing this information coming in almost instantly, meaning all the resistance. So here you are putting forth your desire, putting forth your intention for what it is that you truly desire. You intensely desire to create it, to have it, to be it, to do it, okay? So all that resistance then, because we are manifesting instantly, we really are, all that resistance then is showing up almost instantaneously. So if you're really paying attention, this information on exactly how to shift it also, or release this resistance, is also filtering into your awareness at the same time, if you're really paying attention. So if you're not too busy pretending that there is no resistance, or to what you intensely desire, or worse yet, dismissing it outright as if it doesn't matter, okay? So I want to share a way that will help you to reframe your resistance so that you can understand the paradigm of manifesting in 5D. Manifesting is a collaborative effort. You are collaborating with Source and the divine creative matrix of energy of all that is, which includes all of your guardian angels as well. It includes your light beings and spirit guides that work with you on the other side and that oversee the process of manifestation and guide you. You are creating, through your intention, a certain path or trajectory. And so pure source consciousness, divine creative matrix of energy, and all the light beings and spirit guides and energetic beings of pure light that work with you, they are seeing that path and they constantly help you to course correct. They are constantly helping to guide you that way. They're not interfering with your free will, but that's why they work with nudges, with messages, with signs and symbols filtering into your consciousness, so they come in as your ideas about how to shift this, or how to move this way, or how to counter this, or how to course correct this way. Does that make sense? So this includes this divine creative matrix of energy that is part of the co-creative process for you. It includes all your guardian angels, your light beings, spirit guides on the other side. And that collaborative effort is not only encompassing that group and the divine creative matrix of energy, but it is also a collaborative effort with all of the disinherited parts of yourself that embody the resistance that you pretend doesn't exist. So I want to talk about that and give you this analogy in such a way that you can reframe this and start thinking about manifesting in the 5D way, okay? So if you were to think of manifesting something as like having a collaborative project at work. So you are the foreman, you are the creator, you conceptualized what it is that you are intending to create. You are the vehicle of inspiration. So you're the foreman of the project. And then you have team members. And the team members are just who I explained. It's the divine creative matrix of energy, which includes all light beings, all ascended masters, guardian angels, spirit guides, as well as pure consciousness, pure creation consciousness. But also those team members are made up of all those aspects of who you are that have been disinherited through shadow, through pain, through grief, through loss, through aligning with lack or scarcity. Just because you don't include those parts of yourself into experience, into what you think makes you whole, and you don't include those aspects in your experience, they are still informing your perspective on who you are, what you can have, what you want to be, and what you want to do, whether you consciously acknowledge that or not. So imagine them as your team members. These parts of self that have experienced pain from not getting what you want, that have maybe gone through physical, emotional trauma or shock, have experienced such deep levels of grief or loss, levels of scarcity, being in poverty, maybe in this lifetime or another lifetime. But these all are different aspects of who you are that exist in shadow, and maybe you haven't brought them in yet. Maybe you haven't integrated those parts. You've pushed them away or disinherited or suppressed them because it's too painful to deal with those aspects of who you are. But in truth, those aspects of who you are have the most to teach you about who you are and what you can be, do, or have. And when you start bringing those team members in, start listening to what those team members, those aspects of self have to say, Start listening to their perspective on things and just accepting that those aspects of who you are have an opinion and actually can offer instruction on how to move forward in the most highest and best way for you. When you accept that resistance, you actually manifest more brilliantly because you are including. And one of the big buzzwords that I have for 2018, and that is constantly reinforced by my spirit guides, my divine creative matrix, is inclusion and acceptance. So include these aspects of yourself. Yes, maybe they represent parts of you that are painful, memories that are painful, things you'd rather not relive. But who says you have to relive anything? Why can't you bring them back home to you? Why can't you accept the fact that perhaps they have a take on what's happening that could be really instructive for you and constructive and can offer pieces of the puzzle that maybe you didn't even know were missing? So think of it again like a collaborative project. You're the foreman and you're bringing in all these team members. And imagine having them like in a round table all around you. You are putting forth the project. You are saying, here's my inspiration. Here is what I am divinely inspired to create. And here's what I know I can have. Your job then, as foreman, is pretty much done. You are putting forth the inspiration. You're feeling into it. You're feeling into the essence, which is another part of manifesting in 5D, is feeling into and embodying the essence of what this manifestation brings forth for you. What will it call forth for you? And if you're thinking about money, that's great. You want to call forth that money, but go even further. What does that money represent? What will it get you? What will it allow you to have, be, or do? Break it down. Compartmentalize it. That money, break it down to the penny. What does it bring in for you? And then feel into it as if it's already there. That's your job as the foreman. But when you put that idea, that intention that you had conceptualized with the purest part of who you are, of higher mind and higher heart, and said, this is what I want. I desire this greatly. You've done your job. Put that forth to your team members and let them worry about the how. But understand that these team members will have perhaps some introspection to share, their personal take on the project, and maybe even how to do it, and can offer certain shifts or ways to make the process of creating it more seamless. They might be able to offer instruction on how to make the process of manifesting seem less arduous, maybe even actually seem fun and inspired, and allow you to anchor into a sense of wonder. Understand that these team members are going to bring in constructive criticism from time to time in the way that these team members will show you things that will make you feel uncomfortable. That is only because there is shadow to move through. That is only because there are disinherited parts of self that want to come back home and integrate into wholeness. Your job as a master builder of your reality is to also listen to this instruction, to pay attention, to accept that there are parts of you that have something to teach you. That who you are and who you think you are is largely ego illusion, first of all. And that can inform our perspective on manifesting right there in a way that can hurt us instead of help us. So understanding that if you start thinking of manifesting as this kind of collaborative project, sometimes this instruction that comes in may make you want to even scrap this project and start from the beginning. Start with new energy. Start with a fresh perspective, a clean energetic template. Because these team members may come in and show you certain things that will show you, well, you're out of alignment with this, with what you've conceived, with what your intention is, and here's why. But only if you can accept that there is information there that can move you towards greater levels of who you are, that can move you further on the path of being a true master builder of your experience in every aspect of your reality in the highest and best way for you, okay? So there you are. You put the ideas, the inspiration, and the intention forth, and you let your team worry about the how. And be open and accept any instruction that may come in. And again, this comes in the form of messages, nudges, signs, symbols, things that come in during dream time, things that can come in while you're daydreaming. You're just drifting off while you're in a boring meeting at work, or you're in the grocery line, or you're driving. You'll have what's called an aha moment. An aha moment or an epiphany that will just come in and be like, oh, I see that resistance that I've been holding on to. And it'll feel like your own inspiration. But in truth, it is yours. But it's also been assisted greatly by your team members who help you to co-create your reality in the highest and best way for you. So the how of the arrival of your manifestation, I want to go forth and really anchor this into your energy. The how of the arrival of your manifestation is really none of your business. And we actually occupy a lot of valuable real estate with our energy worrying about the how, trying to force the outcome of the how. Don't do that. You're the foreman of the project. Allow your team members that you have delegated this project to worry about the how. Think of it as delegating that work to them. That is the energy, truly, of surrender, okay? And so your job as a master builder, think of it, again, you're the foreman of this collaborative project. Your zone of genius is not relying on the how or trying to force the how. Your zone of genius is putting forth the idea, continuing to come forward and conceive beautiful, inspired ideas that you wish to create, that you wish to put your energetic imprint on and make your own, okay? Your job also as the foreman of this project is to be the inspiration behind it and to keep creating with trust and faith and surrender in the process of continuing to create and build more masterpieces in your life, masterpieces of manifestation. And so I want to say one more thing about this before I conclude, is that because we are moving through such incredibly high intensity, high vibration portals of energy that are lending, that are really opening up the gateways and passageways to instant manifestation, we are being called to account by the divine creative matrix and all the energies that are under that umbrella energy of the divine creative matrix. We are being reminded and called to account to be very good stewards of our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings, because we are manifesting almost instantly at this point. We have such accelerated manifestation of creating thought into form very quickly on the 3D plane. So be careful what you think about. Be a really good steward of your thoughts. What's on that hamster wheel of thought that's going through your mind throughout the day? Are they thoughts that are aligned with lack? Are they thoughts that are aligned with scarcity or what you can't have, be, or do? Or are they thoughts that are constantly reinforcing and validating that creation, that masterpiece, that next masterpiece of manifestation that is coming right around the corner? And if you are leaning into the energy of that which you wish to create with your higher heart and your higher mind invested in it, that manifestation will show up so quickly. But you have to believe it, you have to embody it, you have to embrace it as if it's already there. You just have to reach out and pull it in, because that's really how fast we are manifesting. So I hope that this really helps you, and I hope that this gives you a nice reframing. And this is truly, when we think about creating in this way, we are really already creating that 5D New Earth grid. We're moving into the energies when we lean into stuff like this and we start rethinking and reframing the way we do our everyday reality or have our everyday reality play out. We're creating that 5D New Earth grid, which is aligned with the highest vibrations of compassion, love, forgiveness, acceptance, inclusion, abundance on so many different levels that we can't even possibly imagine here on the 3D plane. We are really ensuring a seamless path and, gaining continued traction on the path of creating this 5D ascension awareness. And it is a beautiful thing. We're already starting to feel these things already. It's starting to become more real for many of us, right? So I hope this has helped. I hope that if you have any questions or comments that you will put it here. And I hope that this gives you some tools to go forth and be the brilliant master builder and master manifester that you already are. Love and light.